Good morning, students. Lecture number 33. Topic: Scalar and vector fields, differential operator, gradient, divergence, and curl. In this lecture, we have discussed these topics. In lecture number 31 and 32, we have discussed about maxima, minima in several variables. So this is the topic which is related to the vector. So first we define what is scalar field. Scalar field and vector field. We know that physical quantities are two types. Number one, these are the physical quantities. The one is scalar and other is vector. The quantities which having only magnitude is known as scalar quantities, and the quantities which having magnitude as well as direction is known as vector quantities. So we study the scalar and vector quantities in a field. This is F. In this field, P is any point whose coordinates are x, y, z. Then the study of that point, like as temperature, is known as the scalar point function, and the study of at that point, study of the force, velocity, acceleration. So this point is known as the vector point function. So examples of scalar point function is denoted by, suppose fxyz equal to x cube plus 2y square plus z square plus 3xy z. So this is the denoted surface. If we have a point P whose coordinates are 1, 2, 3, then F 1, 2, 3 denoted by this point is at this point. This is known as the scalar point function, and value of 1, 2, 3 is the magnitude of this point. This point give the magnitude of this scalar point function. So this is the scalar point function, and in the vector point function we denote, suppose this is the f x square y I plus y square k cap plus 3x square z j cap k cap. So this function is known as the vector point function, which give the value of this point with as well as direction, magnitude with direction. So this is known as the vector point function, vector function simply. So this is the scalar and vector point functions. So in the study of physical quantities, we have, suppose, study of the temperature is the category of the scalar point function, and study of the force, velocity, etc. are the help the vector point function. Now differential operator. Differential operator. The differential operator del is denoted, differential operator is denoted as del and defined as del equal to I cap del over del x plus j cap del over del y plus k cap del over del z. This is known as the differential operator, which is denoted by del. In previous lecture, tangent and plane, we also already discussed this. So now here del equal to this. Now in previous lectures, in tangent and plane, we have already discussed the gradient of scalar point function. We find only the gradient of scalar point function. It is a vector quantity. Gradient of any scalar point function whose result is the vector quantities. So how can we define what is the gradient? The gradient of scalar point function f is denoted as gradient f, which is defined as gradient f equal to del f. So this becomes to I cap del over del x plus j cap del over del y plus k cap del over del z f. This is the value of del, and that is f. Now it becomes to gradient f, finally I cap del f over del x plus j cap del f over del y plus k cap del f over del z. So this is if f is a scalar point function, then its gradient f becomes to I del f over del x plus j del f over del y plus k del f over del z. So now we find the del f over del x. So this is the magnitude, this is the magnitude, this is the magnitude. In the direction I unit vector, j unit vector, k unit vector. So gradient f is this is a vector quantity. Gradient of any scalar point function या scalar function always a vector quantity. Now some properties of gradient. Some properties of gradient of scalar function. Let f and g be two scalar point functions. ये आपके दो स्केलर पॉइंट फंक्शंस हैं. देन नंबर फर्स्ट, ग्रेडियंट f plus g equal to gradient f plus gradient g. This is also written as or del f plus g equal to del f plus del g. मतलब दो फंक्शंस, स्केलर फंक्शंस के सम का ग्रेडियंट इक्वल टू होता है उनके इंडिविजुअल ग्रेडियंट के सम के. ग्रेडियंट f प्लस ग्रेडियंट g. नाउ सेकंड is gradient f into g. Gradient of product of two scalar functions becomes to f gradient g plus g gradient f. Here we use, this is also written as f gradient g plus g gradient f. This is also written as del fg equal to f del g plus g del f. This is also written as, so now gradient fg, product of two scalar functions, gradient becomes to फर्स्ट फंक्शन f, सेकंड का ग्रेडियंट प्लस सेकंड फंक्शन g, सेकंड का ग्रेडियंट f बाय प्रोडक्ट रूल. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट del is a differential operator. So now we find out the gradient del fg. It means I cap del fg upon del x plus j del fg upon del y plus k del fg upon del z. Del f upon del x by this del fg becomes to I del fg upon del x plus j del upon del y fg plus k del upon del z fg. So this becomes to I अब डेल एफ ओवर डेल एफ जी प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंस पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ एक्स partial differentiation of fg with respect to x. So here fg is the product. So applying product rule, so this becomes to first function second del g over del x plus second function del f over del x. Similarly, j del f del g over del y plus g del f over del y. This becomes to plus k cap f del g over del z plus f del f over del z. So this becomes to f common I del g over del x plus f common j del g over del y plus k f common del g over del z plus here g common I del f over del x plus j del f over del y plus k del f over del z. So this becomes to f, this is the value of del g plus g, this is the value of del f. So this is the proof of del gradient fg becomes to f gradient g plus g gradient f. So now in such a way we prove that this value. So this is the second property. Now third is third property is gradient of f upon g. Now in this property, this is the quotient rule we apply. So g gradient f minus f gradient g upon g square, provided g is not equal to 0. If g equal to 0, so this is not defined. So this is the condition. If gradient f upon g becomes to g gradient f minus f gradient g upon g square, provided g is not equal to 0. So this is the third property. Similarly, in previous property we also proved that this property. Now fourth, if scalar function becomes to constant, then gradient f equal to 0. This implies a gradient means del f equal to 0. If f is a constant, then gradient of constant function becomes to 0. So these are the four properties of the gradient. Now divergence. Divergence of a vector function. divergence of a vector function, divergence means expansion. So definition, the divergence, let f be a vector point function, then its divergence is denoted by divergence f and defined by divergence f equal to del dot f. So this is the definition of divergence of f. Divergence f is a scalar quantity. So let us suppose that f becomes to f1 I cap plus f2 j cap plus f3 k cap, where f1 is the component of along unit vector I, f2 is the component along unit vector j, and f3 is the component along unit vector k. So divergent f, which is equal to del dot f, which is equal to I cap plus del over del x plus j del over del y plus k del over del z dot f1 I cap plus f2 j cap plus f3 k cap. So this becomes to I dot I 1, so del f1 upon del x plus I dot j 0, I dot k 0. Now j dot I 0, j dot j 1, so del f2 upon del y plus del f3 upon del z. So this is the value of divergence f if f equal to this. This is a vector function. So now divergence of f becomes to del f1 upon. So this is the partial differentiation of f1 with respect to x, and partial differentiation of f2. f2 is the component of along unit vector j, and partial differentiation of component of f3 along k. So this is the value, which is a scalar quantity, which is a scalar quantity. So divergence of any vector point function is a scalar quantity. Here a special note regarding divergence, which is very useful. A vector function f is said to be solenoidal if divergence f equal to 0. It means there is no compression and no expansion. This is the condition. If divergence f of any vector f equal to 0, it means there is no compression and no expansion. Because of that, divergence is a rate of expansion per unit volume. Suppose like as a fluid, gas. So if divergence F equal to 0, then F is known as the solenoidal vector. So this is the condition. Now next is curl of a vector. This is the last topic of this lecture. Curl of a vector. Curl means motion. So let F be a vector point function, then its curl is denoted by curl F and defined as curl F equal to del cross F. Del cross F. Now let us suppose that F equal to F1 I cap plus F2 J cap plus F3 K cap, then curl F becomes to del cross F which is equal to curl F becomes to del I del over del x plus j del over del y plus k del over del z cross F1 I cap F2 j cap F3 k cap. Now the cross product of two vectors which is equal to determinant of I j k del over del x del over del y del over del z f1 f2 f3. So now this becomes to I cap del f3 upon del y minus del f2 upon del z plus j cap minus f3 upon del x minus del f1 upon del z plus k cap del f2 upon del x minus del f1 upon del y. So this is the value of curl f, where f is a vector whose f1 component along I, f2 component along j unit vector, and f3 is along k. This is a vector quantity. This is a vector quantity. Now here one important note: a vector f is said to be irrotational if curl f equal to 0. Any vector which is said to be irrotational. There is no motion. Clear? So then curl f equal to 0. So irrotational, that is the condition of a vector which is irrotational, that means curl f equal to 0. So this is the explanation of topics of this lecture number 33. Now in next lecture we have discussed the problems which is related to these topics. So thank you students.